This is my Illustrator comparison presentation. These three books were written and illustrated by Doreen Cronin and Betsy Lewis. These are fiction books, which are short stories with imaginary events and people or characters. These books typically range anywhere from 2 to 10 years old, and I chose this particular illustrator in these books because they are not only fun, upbeat, entertaining books, but they are also so humorous. Even to the adult reader, they're comical. When read aloud to children of the appropriate age, there's opportunity to be silly and goofy with the kids while allowing them to stay tuned in and occupied with the story and illustrations. The three books I chose were Click Clack Surprise, located on the top, Click Clack Ho Ho Ho, located on the bottom right, and Duck for President on the bottom left. The next set of three books were written and illustrated by Eric Carle, and two of them Bill Martin Jr. These are again fiction books, and the age ranges typically from 2 to 7 years with this book. These books were chosen because they're not only bright and detail-oriented, but they are also informative if read to the right audience in an appropriate manner. They teach specifically about insects such as ladybugs and aphids and what their roles are in nature, as well as introducing younger audiences to new animals around the world. The three books I chose are Panda Bear, What Do You See?, Baby Bear, What Do You See?, and The Grouchy Ladybug. Let's take a closer look at Betsy Lewin. Betsy Lewin grew up in a small town called Clearfield, Pennsylvania. When she was young, she loved to draw, take walks in the woods, and use her imagination. During school, Betsy was always known as the class artist. Her parents encouraged her artistic talents until it was time for college. Neither of them believed she could make a living as an artist. But Betsy persisted and studied illustration at Pratt Institute of Art in New York City. While at Pratt, Betsy met a recent graduate named Ted Lewin. Betsy and Ted shared many interests, such as illustration, a love for animals, and an eagerness to travel the world. They married in 1963. She started out designing greeting cards and illustrating stories for children's magazines. Her big breakthrough came when an editor noticed one of her poems in a magazine and asked her to turn it into a children's book. For a number of years, Lewin illustrated children's books. For books like Gorilla Walk, she collaborated with her husband on stories inspired by their world travels. From their brownstone home in Brooklyn, New York, Betsy and Ted Lewin continued to illustrate children's books and plan adventures all across the world. It is said that Betty's greatest strength is in her line, its speed, its wit, its sparkling personality. She can capture a mood, of animal or human, with just a few strokes of her pen. Her illustrations capture the subtle, and not so subtle, feelings that are part of everyone's life. She is a genius at finding the humor in any situation. Let's take a closer look at some of her awards and honors. In 2001, Lewin's career was elevated to a new level when she won a Caldecott honor for Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. A Caldecott honor is a medal that is awarded annually to the artist of the most distinguished American picture book for children published in English in the United States during the preceding year. There are no limitations as to the character of the book, except that the illustrations must be original work. Let's take a look at Eric Carle's life. Eric was born in Syracuse, New York in 1929. In kindergarten, he enjoyed a classroom filled with colorful paints, big brushes, and large sheets of paper. But when Carl was 6, his parents moved back to their native Germany. At the time, Eric had a hard time adjusting to a new culture and a first-grade class with little room for creativity. As a young boy, he loved taking walks with his father and learning about nature. At age 10, World War II started, and his father was drafted into the Army. For the next 6 years, their family endured many hardships. Carl's neighborhood was bombed by the Allies, and his father did not return home for years. Yet, amidst the chaos of the war, Carl pursued his love for art with the support of a high school art teacher. Let's go back. In 1952, after graduating from a prestigious art school in Stuttgart, Carl returned to New York. He had many impressive works and experiences, but only $40 in his pocket. Carl found a job as a graphic designer for the New York Times and later worked as the art director for an advertising agency. When one of Carl's bright colleagues caught the eye of the children's book author Bill Martin, Jr., Martin hired Carl to illustrate Brown Bear, What Do You See? In 1969, Carl published The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which now has been translated into 33 languages and sold over 18 million copies worldwide. In 2002, Eric Carle founded and opened the first museum dedicated solely to children's picture book art, located in Amherst, Massachusetts. Let's take a look at some of his awards and honors. The Regina Medal is awarded annually to a living example of, and I quote, "only the rarest kind of best in anything can be good enough for the young," and for continued distinguished contribution to children's literature without regard to the nature of the contribution. A Japan Picture Book Award is the most distinguished Japanese children's literature or picture book for children. This award was established to popularize the art of picture books, promote picture book reading, and contribute to the development of picture book publishing. In 2003, Carl became the 13th recipient of the prestigious Laura Ingalls Wilder Lifetime Achievement Award for his substantial and lasting contribution to literature for children. The award, a bronze medal, honors an author or illustrator whose books, published in the United States, have made, over a period of years, a substantial and lasting contribution to literature for children. Again, there are many other awards besides these few that I've named off. Now diving into the actual illustrations themselves. This simple illustration to the left from Click Clack Surprise, Betsy Lewin, is not complex in any way. There is one area of focus across 2 pages, and it is an easy concept. The duck is cutting his hair. Children, even at the age of 2, are capable of understanding and depicting what is going on in this image. The lines are clear and thick, making them concise and easy to follow. The only main colors present are yellow, which is the majority of the picture, and the red in the scissors. Now on the right is an illustration of a sea turtle by Eric Carle in the book Panda Bear, What Do You See? This is a more intricate, detailed illustration, most likely to be presented to children a year or 2 older than the illustration on the left. There is a background behind the sea turtle involving 3 or more colors that are also present in the sea turtle itself. However, similar to the duck by Betsy Lewin, this illustration also reaches across the span of 2 pages. Just by looking at a few examples of these illustrations, it is evident that the targeted audience is that of young children. And in both of these books, the illustrators are more than effective. Both draw inspiration from nature and keep children's feelings and interests into consideration. These illustrations were pulled from Eric Carle's work, The Grouchy Ladybug. Viewing his artistic style, it is evident that he uses thick, heavy, dark lines in illustrations. You can see almost each and every individual line creating the elephant to the right, as well as all the smudges behind the elephant creating the background color. To the left, the leaves best exhibit these thick and heavy dark lines. The colors Carle uses are all strong, bright, and intense. However, he does use color across the spectrum, warm and light. While all of these illustrations are predominantly on the cool end of the spectrum, there is slight use of warm tones in the glow of the fireflies in the left picture. As for the texture in his images, Carle does this very well. The illustration of the whale on the bottom of the slide makes me want to reach out and feel the water spraying from the blowhole, feel the whale's bristles in its mouth, and run my hand across its rubbery skin. These 3 illustrations are from Betsy Lewin's book, Click Clack Ho Ho Ho. Analyzing Lewin's artistic style, there is much to look at. What stands out to me most is her ability to create detailed, intricate images that are easily understood by young children. On the left, there are so many separate images that come together to make one purposeful mess, emphasizing the composition of the image as a whole. The dissonance within the illustration demonstrates and reflects what is happening in the book without even reading it. It is evident that Santa fell through the chimney and knocked over all these animals to create such a ruckus. The illustration on the bottom right is a great example of space and perspective. The depth of the string connecting from the telephone pole to the tiny house placed far away in the background gives the feeling that miles are captured in this one moment. There's no blank space in this illustration. The page is full of the snowy night sky that again looks like it goes on for miles in a blizzard. The top illustration is full of shapes. The detail in this image is strong, while the lines are not necessarily straight. However, the sense of strong shapes is not downplayed by the semi-wavy lines Lewin chose to use. There are rectangles in the bricks of the fireplace, triangles in places such as Farmer Brown's hat, and even a pentagon used as his front pocket on his bib overalls. These distinctly outlined shapes give the feeling of object permanence in a fixed, stable situation. For now, at least. The two illustrations to the left belong to Carl in his work, Baby Bear, What Do You See? To the right is an illustration from Duck for President by Lewin. As you can see, the two illustrators have very different artistic styles. For example, Carl's pictures contain more harsh shapes and lines, making his works feel almost abstract, as if smaller pieces of things or shapes were cut out and placed together to form a bigger overall picture. There are harsh details and clean-cut lines and shapes with few rounded or soft features, whereas Lewin has a more muted color approach to her illustrations. They blend together more smoothly than Carl's do, creating a softer tone. So much so that it seems she may use a watercolor paint or other water-based products. From a more broad view and approach, it is clear that Carl has a slightly more serious, educational aspect to his children's books. Lewin, on the other hand, has a soft spot for humorous stories that will give her children's audience quite a laugh. Although both artists differ in many ways, they clearly both share a passion for art, children, education, stories, and much else. Both illustrators place a large focus on nature in all their books, more specifically animals, especially the 6 focused on in this presentation. Overall, both illustrators are outstanding at what they do, and both have added great quality content to children's literature.